This is certainly the fan favorite. This is what allows you as the MVP, the most valuable professional, to really differentiate yourself. Everyone can warm up. Everyone can create a strength conditioning, an endurance, power, a HIIT program. But what really makes us and you different is the ability to impose this react section, this ability to gamify, to play, to create novelty, to engage a little bit more of the cognitive resources, and to really give your clients something different, something new, something exciting. So looking back and recapping really quickly what happened, this is the third of R3, which, as we talked about way back in the beginning, the third thing we were looking to ask you to do is to memorize the R3 programming model. This is the react portion. React means that we are looking to engage in real-world stimuli. By doing so, we're using the principle of task and target-driven exercise with external cueing as our guiding principle. That concept is then fleshed out by stimuli. Those stimuli are our visual, what we see, how we're tracking, our auditory, the sounds, or kinesthetic, the different touch factors that are manipulating variables for creating these workouts. Now what we went after that was, how do we create the novel experience? Well, there's rules. First, you have to have a goal. The whole point of anything functional is to identify a goal. And yes, while we save the best for last, we understand that the goal-directed portion of the react exercise is all about getting people to go subconscious. We want them to subconsciously respond to anything that's happening. So if they do step off a curve, their body is able to respond. If they do have to turn quickly because a child is running away, they can do it. If we're in a sport-specific environment, they can react, they can jump, they can land appropriately. Their body is prepared because we created the environment of success by taking it and encapsulating it within rules that we know through this scientific exploration gives us the authentic outcome of function. And then we wrapped everything up by basically saying, let's keep it novel and new. So we changed the stimuli a little bit. We regressed and progressed them. We gave people more of a challenge. We gave them less of a challenge because we know cognitive resources are limited just by our physical resources. So if I'm bench pressing and I wear out, eventually I can't do it. So we have to make sure we're in line with our cognitive and our task and target driven exercise and play, that we don't overdo it. So we recognized how quickly we can do that with progressions and how much we have to do that with regressions. Summing everything up with the react portion, we want to make sure that we're using it effectively, whether it's in the beginning to create more engagement, at the end to pique more interest while people might have tired out a little bit, and we want to make it authentic to what they're doing. So whether it's sport, whether it's being accurate with the target and seeing the immediate feedback, reacting to catching a ball, reacting to kicking a ball, maybe it's reacting to, if you're a boxer, to being able to get your step patterns down at the drop of a sound. All of these are possible explorations if we remember that we're curious scientists. We remember that our power of observation, of not only watching what the person does in real life, but then applying that to the react portion, is really how we build out a robust functional training program. Now, as we begin to wrap up the entire course, I encourage you, learn by doing. Take the react portion, add in the tools that you're used to, create games that you might see that are on the ground, standing up, jumping on, jumping off, line up multiple platforms. The possibilities are endless when it comes to reacting to real world stimuli. The most important thing, though, to remember is let your curiosity be your guide. Remember that by asking the right questions, we then can create these concepts. These concepts then can create our consciousness, our mind, which then create more questions, and the cycle repeats itself. So as we culminate R3, we're really excited to bring you all the power and possibilities that Procedos has opened up. And we encourage you to use the system, to use your power of observation, to create the games, to create the environment, to ultimately lead to the success and happiness of your clients.